In the very first episode of the Upskilling Series, we had a very beautiful discussion with an HR expert, Samantha Bakis, who told us how to pandemic-proof careers. As a result of the virus, a lot of people have lost their jobs, and many research students who didn't have jobs prior to the pandemic are very much discouraged. So what do we do? Where to go from here? As long as you have the passion to see your dreams materialize, then you have everything it takes to join the CEO club. You are in the right place if you have the capacity to create and implement structure. You are also in the right place if you have passion for the research that you do. So let's no time to waste. Let's dive in. In the very first episode of the Upskilling Series, we talked about how to pandemic-proof careers. The virus has meant that many people have lost their jobs, and so many people who were unemployed before the pandemic are very much discouraged right now. Research students who are also in the process of finalizing their research are very much frustrated in terms of what the employment rates are saying right now. So research students, if you're busy with your master's or PhD, now start to think about commercializing your research. Don't carry on your study every day with the hope of finding a job. Assume there are no jobs out there. Now, for those of you who have completed your master's and PhD study, it is time to dust your thesis off the shelf. Now, let's get started. Now, before I carry on with today's video, I would like to share my personal experience of how I commercialize my research. As long as you have cleared out any copyright or intellectual property rights issues out of the way, the very first thing you need to commercialize your research is not money, it is passion. It is also discipline to create your passion, to make your passion come to realization. And you also have to be willing to serve. In the first episode, the take-home message was that research students must be willing to serve, must be willing to do community work. So have the mindset to learn before you can get established. So when I finished my PhD study, I decided to send out many messages to as many agencies, as many companies that were relevant to my passion. And of course, I sent as many as possible. I do not know the number right now. I've lost count. But someone got back to me. I was interested in doing business with me. I had said in the message that I was willing to volunteer. And I really wanted to learn because you see, you cannot give what you don't have. So I got straight into business with them. I was very excited because I was very passionate about knowing what happens outside the library. You know how it feels. Just reading and not actually practicalizing what you're doing. So I was very interested in doing real research, practical research, applied research. I got busy until they felt very uncomfortable to make me carry on without being paid. So they offered to pay me, and of course I was excited to be paid. So that made me realize that I needed to put myself in a situation where I was willing to serve. So don't have the mindset to get money from the word go. You need to learn to get your hands dirty before you can start up yourself. So in this video, we'll be testing the waters. It's a long process to commercialize your research, but you need the discipline to stick to it. So masters and PhD students, while you're busy with your research, have the mindset to serve. Have the mindset to commercialize your research with the assumption that there are no jobs out there. So get busy, put yourself out there, write messages as much as possible, send emails to as many boxes as possible, and then of course just wait and see how that comes around. Now let's assume that you have been given the job, someone is interested in getting you started with their project. You have to take every work given to you as a personal project commissioned to your own firm. Everything you do while you freelance is a form of brand communication. So take every project as personal as you carry on with the project. Now, as you carry on, remember that you do need to learn not to sit and live someone else's dream. As you carry on in different projects, because you will then begin to grow and you then begin to see different ways where you can actually apply your research. Continue building yourself, keep learning in whatever project you do, and give your very best in whatever it is that you do. Researchers who have commercialization in mind are very intentional about the conferences they attend. They don't just attend academic conferences where they talk about theories alone. They are very smart enough to attend conferences organized by both practitioners and academics. And there will be times where you have to be strategic enough to attend conferences only organized by practitioners. And of course, your university or institution might not be willing to pay for that. You have to be able to pay the price for your own growth. So once you start to attend conferences organized by practitioners, you begin to be abreast of trends in your area. You begin to grow your network, and then you start to create your own value from there. Now, how do you know when you're in business? You're in business when someone has demanded for your product. That is only when you have to think about formalizing it. So the very first thing you need when you want to commercialize your research is not a website. A website comes later on, once you have finalized, once you have established that there's a need for your products in the market. Registration of your firm, that is registering your firm or building a website, can take a long time. Let's talk more about the grounding years, the things that happen in between that period where you formalize your firm. Research students doing your master's or your PhD, or let's just say you also have a value to offer and you're not necessarily a master's or PhD student. Get busy with your brand communication. We need to know you out there. Whatever your passion is, let's know it. Let's let it come alive. Let's live it out. Whatever you do, make it user-friendly enough for the people out there to know what it is you're doing. Your brand communication is very important. Hey guys, so like I said earlier, you have to be very serious about your brand communication. Whatever project you give in should be taken as yours. Take it, guys. Own it. So I received a testimonial from one of my clients recently. I was super excited. I was willing to go on. So see this. Check this out. Research students, I know that research can be so overwhelming that you get stuck in the library for so long. You don't get to know what is happening out there. I have been there, done that. It's now time for you to get out there. Start to do your brand communication. People have to know you. You have to start to build your brand. I know it can be time consuming, but start getting serious about your brand communication. Come out there. There's something you have to offer. Let the world know you. Come out there. Don't be shy. There will definitely be difficult times. Of course, with any great thing that needs to be achieved, you should be prepared to go through tough times. We'll be doing some series on brand communication, on digital marketing skills, on visioning, on goal setting. So stay tuned for that. It will be called the CEO's Club. I believe you have all it takes to join the CEO's Club. Of course, you definitely do have all it takes. So stay tuned to my channel for more of that. Keep well and take care of yourself. Bye for now.